Welcome, amazing one, and let's solve this beautiful geometry problem together. We are given an equilateral triangle, and inscribed are three equal circles and one bigger circle, and they are both touching each other and as well touch the sides of the triangle. And the question is asking us, what is the area of this triangle? How do you do that? Don't worry yourself. I will take you through it step by step. It's just so easy. Now, when you see this kind of question, I always tell you to always target the intersecting point. Now, let me show you something. Remember, you are told that this is the circle and this point is the center. This is also your small circle. Here is the center. Now, remember that anytime you see that these two circles are touching each other at this point becomes the point of tangency. And according to your tangency theorem, this point, this at the center, and this point of tangency are both collinear, meaning they form a straight line. So we are going to join this line and also observe that this small circle is touching this at this point. This is also another point of tangency, as well as this. This is another point of tangency. So you are free to join from here, touching this, so that you extend it to touch this vertex. You're also free to join from this center, touching this, and also touch this vertex. You're also going to do same here. This is just for it to help us to solve this easily. Let's do it together. So let's join it gradually. Just hold it. So we join gradually. We are targeting this vertex. So this is what we're going to have. So we've gotten this. We're also going to join this. Now that we have joined these lines, what should we do next? What we need to do next is, remember that from here, this is the radius of the bigger circle. From here to here is measured r. From here to here is also the same, because radius is the line from the center touching any part of the circumference. So from here to here should also measure r. Now, do we know from this length to this length? Yes, that is still the radius of the small circle. And if from here to here measures 4, automatically this length also measures 4. Now, the question is, how do we get this length from this center to this vertex? Remember, it's not the same with the radius. Your radius ends here, but you want to get the total length from this center touching the vertex of this triangle. How do we do that? Remember that this is equilateral, as you've been told, and for every equilateral, it has three lines of symmetry. So this line is a line of bisector, meaning that since it forms angle 60 at this vertex, this line that has divided it equally has given you this part of the angle to be 30 degrees. So this angle measures 30 degrees. And what do you do next? Remember this theorem. For each time you have a circle drawn, and there is a tangent line drawn to touch this circle at this point, remember that these three lines of the triangle are tangent to the circle because they are touching the circumference of the circle at a point. So if this is the tangent line, what does the theorem say? The theorem says that the line from the center touching this tangent at this point of contact is perpendicular. And if this is true, how will it help us here? Just remember that this is your tangent line, as we have said. And in that case, the line from this center touching this is did you see this point? That is the point of tangency. The line from this center touching this point of tangency, if you take this line to this place, see that this radius line is perpendicular with this tangent. So did you observe that this has formed a right angle triangle here? Did you see it? So let's try to bring out that shape to help us to find this length. It's now also observe that from here to here has been given as 4, and this angle here is measured 30 degrees. Let's bring out that shape. If we do that, we are going to have something that looks this way. Remember, it's right angles here, so we have this. This length is measured at 4 units, so we have 4. The base is not known. We don't know this length. And this angle here is measured 30 degrees. So what do? We are targeting this length. And remember that this length is the longest length because it is the length that is opposite to the right angle. Did you see it? So it means that we are looking for this longest length since it's the length opposite to the right angle. How do we find this? Let's label this length M. What do? Remember that anytime you work with the sides and angles of a right triangle, always use your trig ratio. Now, using your trig ratio, this side is the hypotenuse, this side is the opposite. And when you have your opposite and hypotenuse, remember to use your sine. So we're going to have sine of this angle 30 degrees is equal to the opposite side, which is 4, divided by the hypotenuse, which is M. What do we do next? We simplify this. Remember that sine 30 is 1/2 and is equal to 4 divided by M. Keep simplifying. We are going to now have, so this gives us, we cross multiply this. 1 times M gives us M, and then 2 times 4 gives us 8. So it means that the M is 8. And this M, remember, is this longest length, which is also the same from here down to this end. So this length, we have found it as 8. Now, what do we do next? Now that we have gotten this length as 8, you observe also that this, obeying the theorem, this is still your tangent line, and this is your radius, remember. So this radius is also perpendicular with the tangent at this point. Did you observe that? Now let's bring out these two shapes, these two triangles, the smaller triangle and the bigger triangle. Let's see if this helps us in answering this question. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for always choosing to lecture us. If you love what you, don't forget to give us thumbs up, share, and also let's know how you feel about it in the comment. Thank you. And let's keep doing this to have. Bringing out these two right triangles. Let's bring out the first one. So this is what we have. It's right angles here. This length measures 8 units, as we have said. From here to here measures 4. Then let's bring out the bigger triangle. Did you see this triangle? So let's bring it out. So if you do that, this is what you have. It also right angles here. From here to here measures 8. So you have from here to here is 8. From here to here is 4. So we have 8 plus 4. Then from here to here is R. And if you add this, it's going to give us 12. 8 plus 4 plus R gives us 12 plus R. So in that case, it means that this length, so let's adjust this. This length is given as 12 plus R. And from here to here also measures R. Now, what did you observe? Observe that this angle here is 30 and is the same vertex for these two. So it means that this have the same angle formed here. And remember that this measures 90 degrees. So it means that the remaining angles should also be equal, shows they are corresponding. So corresponding angles are equal, and it means that the corresponding sides should be proportional, obeying your similarity of triangles. And if this is true, we are going to apply the similarity property, meaning that these two are similar. So in that case, their sides are proportional. So I'm going to have this length, which is 8, divide it by this length, which is 12 plus R. It should be equal to this length, which is 4, divided by this, which is R. What do we do next? Just quickly cross multiply. This multiplies this is going to give us 8R is equal to, use 4 to multiply. Remember, this is an expression, so you put it in a bracket. So this is what we have. What do we do next? We have 8R is equal to, use 4 to distribute. When you do that, 4 times this gives you 48, plus 4 times R gives us 4R. We keep solving. To do this, we are going to remove this to take it to the left. You do that, you subtract 4r from both sides. And when you do that, this goes off. Subtract this, we are going to have 4r is equal to 48. To get r, remove 4. Because it's multiplying, divide both sides by 4. This cancels. We have r is equal to 4 here is 1. Then we have 2. So r is 12. Now that we have found r as 12, what should we do next? What we need to do next is we are going to plug in this r value here. Let's try to remember, you have observed we have formed 3 triangles. Did you see these 3 triangles? This is the first one. This is the second triangle, and this the third triangle. So we have been able to form 3 triangles, and you also observe that these 3 triangles are equal. So for us to find the area of the bigger triangle, it means if you find the area of one triangle and multiply it by 3, it gives you the area of the bigger. So for us to do that, we need to get this, we need to know this base, we need to get this base. So how do we get this base of this triangle? Also remember that since this length measures from here to here measures 4, we have gotten here as 12, then we can get this total length and then use it to get this base. Let's do that together. Bringing out this triangle, remember this is what we have. Now this right angle here, this length measures 12, and this whole length is this plus this will give us 12 plus r. Our r is 12, and 12 adds 12 gives us 24. Here measures 24. So let's find this length. If this length is labeled x, we are going to have, remember that this is the side opposite to the right angle, and that is the longest side. So what do? Square it is going to be 24 squared is equal to the square of the remaining 2 sides, the 2 legs. So you have 12 squared plus x squared. And if you simplify this, 12 squared gives us 576. 12 squared gives us 144 plus x squared. To remove this, subtract from both sides, and this cancels. Subtract this, we are going to have 432 is equal to x squared. So simplify, you have x squared is equal to 432. To remove this x, to remove this square, you square root. So we have x is going to be square root of 432. Take both the positive and negative square root. But because x cannot be negative, you only concentrate on the positive square root. So this gives us the value of x. And our x here is this length. And this length is from here down to this end. We have gotten a square root of 432. And you observe that this length is from here to here is the same from here to here. So the 2 lengths are the same. In that case, if we have gotten this length as this, it also means that to get the whole length, you are going to now multiply what you have by 2. So to get it, you are going to now have, so this whole length gives us 2 multiplied by root of 432, and that gives us 2 root 432. Now that we have known this length, also remember that this from here to here is perpendicular here. It means that this is the height of this triangle 1. This is triangle 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So if this is the height of this triangle, you can easily find the area. And to get the area of this triangle 1, we now have area of triangle 1 is given as half base times height. And that gives us area of triangle 1 is half. This is the base of this triangle. Did you see? So we're going to have multiplied by 2 root 432, then multiplied by the height. This height is given as 12. So if you simplify that, you are going to, these 2 will cancel this. So we are going to have 12 root 432. This gives us the area of triangle 1. Now that we have found the area of triangle 1, you observe that these 3 triangles are equal. So in that case, we are going to get the area of the three triangles. To do that, we now have area of three triangles will now be equal to 3 times the area of 1, and that is 3 times 12 root 432. And if you simplify this, you are going to have area is, Q this in the calculator, it gives us area is approximately 748.25 squared units. Now that you have found the area of the three triangles, can we now find the area of the triangle, the main triangle? Yes, the area of the main triangle is the same as the area of the three triangles summed. So it means that this gives us the answer to this question. And I hope this really helps you. Don't forget to tell us how much, like, share. I'll also be curious to see your own methods. Thank you for always choosing to learn through us. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye.